Hi everyone, let us take a look at this assignment here. Giggling is the best medicine, the note-taking worksheet. I did not show this to you in class, but as you know, you remember we began looking at the article, Giggling is the best medicine. During class in week 10, you can open that article here as a PDF document. If you want to open it in Microsoft Word, you can open it right here. This note-taking worksheet is going to guide you through before, during, and after reading strategies. So please have the article open and the note-taking worksheet open so you can work on it throughout the entire process of previewing, reading, and then summarizing article, okay? Download this worksheet here to your computer and save it. And again, have the article open as well. Let me show you where I have these. So I have the article open here on my computer, so I can, and I opened it in Word, so I can actually, if I want to annotate here, if I want to number paragraphs, oh, that's weird, I can do so right in the article. I don't like that it's doing that. If I want to, again, say that this is paragraph 2 and paragraph 3, just to make those notes. I can do whatever I want. You also have, of course, the hard copy that I gave you in class, so you can certainly use that. Make sure you bring that with you back to class in week 11. So let's take a look. Here is the note-taking worksheet. I've opened it and I need to enable editing so I can write into this document. But here, stage 1, you know, that's all about predicting and activating what you already know about the topic. We did this in class, so this is an easier question to answer, it should be, based on the title and our in-class pre-reading activities. What do you predict this article will be about? We talked about this in class, so write your answer here for me. Yeah, when you saw the picture, when you saw, you know, we talked about the title and what it says here about meeting the new crop of so-called laughter therapists. What do you think the whole article, what's the big idea of the whole article? That's how you'll answer that first question. Next up, it's asking, how might this article, connect with our previous module about nature, nurture, and mindsets? This is a good question. What is your guess? How do nature, nurture, and mindsets connect with this idea of laughter therapy? Just write your answer, what you are thinking. That's what I'm looking for. As you know, I don't want canned answers from other sources. I want what you're thinking. That is what I need, okay? Reading stage 2, that's while you are reading and you're trying to understand what you're reading. Read through these directions. And I know this seems confusing, but let me explain. It says, as you read, you'll read the article in chunks. Remember how I talked about numbering paragraphs so you have an idea of where to find information. So it's going to give you a chunk, a grouping of paragraphs. So it starts with 1 to 5. It's okay if you are not exactly correct, but take the first 5 sections and it's saying, write 1 annotation, okay? We've talked about annotations in class. This could mean a question you have, something interesting that you read, something surprising, what you see in your head as you're reading, okay? It says, do not worry about writing complete sentences. Just write down something important that will help you really remember what you read in this section. So for instance, paragraphs 1 through 5, and let me go to the article. I'm going to say this is paragraph 1. Again, 2, 3, and again, that's why I started putting these numbers, 4, 5. So that's a big section of the text. We already know, we read about what happened to Norman Cousins when he fell and was rushed to the hospital, right? And he became a quadriplegic that was not likely to recover from his injuries. But we read that he is an optimist. There's a vocabulary word, and he thought he could do better than what they told him. So as you read through these first 5 paragraphs, you'll read that he felt that there hadn't been enough studying about positive emotions, vocabulary word, and how just being positive, that reminds me of mindset, right, might be good for you. So that's what he decided to do. He checks himself into a hotel, and wow, he developed his own treatment. He hired a doctor to give him vitamin C, and gave himself a laughter routine where he read funny excerpts or funny parts of books or articles, and watched episodes of funny shows. Interesting. Okay, so if that's close to, let's see, we think that's about 3. Again, this could be paragraph 4, 5. What was interesting about that section? You'll go back, paragraphs 1 through 5. What would you say here? I'm going to say, for me, my annotation could be something along the lines of, what is candid camera? And why, and is it really funny? I mean, there is anything. You can write what you want. Just show me that you're reading and you're trying to understand what you are reading. I know that it said he watched this show to make himself laugh, to try to make him feel better. So maybe I'll even go and do a search of candid camera to see if I think it's funny. And could something like that really make me feel better? So you can write anything. You can write, let's see. Let me go back to the article. And you have to show me that you're thinking here. I wonder this, he's a lifelong optimist. We said an optimist is a very positive person. Maybe my annotation could be, what other things did Norman Cousins do that shows that he was an optimist his whole life? So one thing is what you're going to write, and just showing me that you're reading and you're thinking each of these sections of the text, okay? The second thing it wants you to do is go back again. It says, read the article a second time and think about your annotations. This time, create or find a picture that relates. So paragraphs 1 to 5, I still just picture Norman Cousins, the whole idea of what happened in his living room when he fell. And so to find a picture, I went into Google and typed in man falling in living room. And I see this picture, and this is not Norman Cousins, but it reminds me of him. So I am going to see if I can copy that image. I right-clicked on my mouse, and I copied the picture, and I'm going to go back into my worksheet, and I'm going to Control V, and look, there's my picture. How does it relate? This picture reminds me of Norman falling in his living room. So that's what I'm looking for. Do that for each of those sections, and at the end, think about the benefits of laughter that you read about, and write about that in a list here in 3. Okay, do your best. Let me know if you have questions.